You may have recently seen some of your favorite YouTubers talking about what can only be summed up as the best deal on Hardscape from Lowe's, of all places. And if you missed out on that deal, well, I might just have something for you anyway. Hello everyone, this is Bentley, and today we're going to talk about what could be a true game changer when it comes to hardscape, rock, maybe even a little bit of wood in our hobby. For most of us, hardscape can be kind of expensive if we don't have a really good place locally to collect our own stone and driftwood. And if we like the look of certain stones like Dragonstone and Sieryu stone, or even some of the fancier stuff like petrified woods, Pagoda stone, and all that kind of crazy stuff, it can cost us an absolute ton. 4, 5, 6, even more dollars per pound is really common in our aquarium stores. And if we're buying it online, stuff like Pagoda stone or some of the fancier stuff out there can cost you between $7 and $10 a pound. This gets crazy, especially if we think about it's rock, it's heavy, it's going to cost a lot. Well, very recently, Primetime Aquatics and Alex from Tank Tested both mentioned a really great deal at Lowe's, where Lowe's was selling rock for between $1.50 and I think the highest price I saw was like $1.75, but you could get some as low on like Oko stone and Sieryu stone is like $1.25 a pound. And this wasn't like little chipped rock. These were pieces of rock between 8 and 13 inches in size, smaller ones, delivered free to your house because it qualified for free shipping. Well, you might not get quite as insane a deal. However, I was lucky. I got in and picked up some of this stuff. If you can't tell by the packaging, this is Pagoda stone. And you'll notice on the label here, it comes from Lifeguard Aquatics. Well, I got an interesting email a few days after all of my stone showed up. I ordered like 270 pounds, by the way, of Pagoda stone. And I think I paid like $1.60 a pound, roughly. Pretty insane deal, right? Well, I get an email and I go hunting, and turns out you can still buy crema textured stone or gray stone or brown stone. It has names that are really generic and boring, but you know what? It's all the aquascaping rock we love. It all comes individually packaged, which if you want kind of a more in-depth about how these things show up, check out Alex from Tank Tested's video. That's going to be in the end of this video. This one's going to be short, so don't worry, you'll get to it pretty quick. I'll have a link down in the description both to his video and Primetime Aquatics as well. But here's the deal. Down in the description, there's going to be a direct link that'll take you to the Lifeguard Aquatics site, and where they're selling stone for basically about $2 a pound. And this is all our favorites, right? So there's this like Hillbrook stone that you'll recognize. There's the cream or crema textured stone, which let's take this out of the wrapper. Each stone does come individually wrapped, which is kind of sucky, but that's how a lot of the stuff shows up from China. But let's look at this stuff, and you'll know exactly what it is. So I've got just 2 pieces here from my one of the boxes I got. Like, look at this. Compared to my head. Probably our thumbnail right there, but this beautiful rock you can get for like $1.75 a pound. $2 a pound. I think the most expensive some of this stuff gets is about $2.50 a pound, but compared to what we would normally pay in a local fish store, that's nothing for some of this stone. Or this beautiful piece. I'm going to show you this. This like thinner guy with all these beautiful striations. If we go around this side, you get that nice cream color, or you can understand why they call it this. So you can get boxes that are, I think, up to 44 pounds. There might be like a 75-pound box, and they come in different sizes. So if you look at the descriptions, and I'll have some screenshots coming up now, you'll see that they tell you the size range of the stones and how much weight is in each box. And then they have a price. And if you do the math, this is somewhere between, I think it's like the cheapest it gets is about $1.80 a pound, depending on the stone you choose, all the way up to about a massive whopping $2.50 a pound. this is dirt cheap compared to most stores that we go to get this rock. Now, I haven't checked out a cart through this yet to see like how much shipping is going to end up costing, but hopefully you get a chance to get it pretty discounted, and that makes this like just an insane deal. I'll have a notation down at the bottom here that just says like I'll walk through a cart when I'm editing this and see what it would cost to ship to me in Seattle. The company says it's in California, but I'm not sure like where they're drop shipping from. I would assume California is probably right if stuff came in from China, but we'll see in the end. They have Sieryu stone, Dragonstone, Pagoda stone. There's this great like hill stone. There's some petrified woods in different colors. It's dirt cheap, and you're getting big boxes of it, so you'll have lots to choose from. They even have these like kits centered around like a 10-gallon tank and a 25-gallon or 20-gallon tank to help you just kind of have like, oh, you just buy this one box and it gives you roughly enough stone to do that tank. Pretty good deal, and the prices are great. And the bigger the box gets, as far as the amount of stone you're getting in general, the cheaper it is per pound, which it's kind of crazy to me. It's just like, oh, you want a bigger, heavier box of rock? We'll make it even cheaper for you by the pound. I'm actually flabbergasted that this stuff is this cheap, because normally it's very, very expensive for us to acquire it, and I'm surprised that like they're willing to market it this cheap. So hopefully you don't catch on. Hopefully you don't see these videos and be like suddenly jack their prices up. But seriously, if you're in the United States, I can't verify outside other countries that have this, but they're a US company that's doing this. Check them out if you're looking for some hardscape and you missed out on that insane deal at Lowe's. This is another opportunity to get a lot of really awesome hardscape very, very cheap. Now, granted, normally I would say support your local store, go get your own. But in this case, the deal is so good, it's really hard to say like, no, go pay double to triple at your local store. And I mean, local fish stores, you know I love you, right? I'm not trying to dog you out, but when it comes to stone, it's rough. Go get your fish and your plants locally if you can. That's always awesome. Make an amazing new aquascape. Actually, this piece of stone here, this big, beautiful, I mean, look at this thing, right? It's like, compared to my head, too. Like, this is just an insane piece of rock. And this is going in a tank that I'm working on very shortly for someone you haven't met yet. We're going to do everything from the ground up on a low-tech planted tank for someone in my life. So look forward to that. If you can, go check out this insane deal. I don't get anything out of this, by the way. There's no affiliate link. There's no nothing. This is just such a good deal. I cannot help but one, make a video about it, because I kind of got to brag about this kind of stuff, because my local stores that are ADA oriented that would sell this stuff normally, they charge like $8 a pound for Pagoda stone, which is what this is, right? Their crema textured stone is Pagoda stone. This stuff is beautiful. It's incredible. And you can pay $2 a pound for it. That's unreal compared to what it costs at a local fish store, especially if it's an ADA store or any of those like highfalutin fancy aquascaping stores. You guys know I'm not much of an aquascaper. I'm more of a like put beautiful plants in a tank and let them do their thing guy. But occasionally I do like to have a little bit of rock or some driftwood in a tank because it just looks nice. It gives an interesting natural feel, or for the case of epiphyte plants, places where we can anchor those plants and let them thrive. So, with that being said, likes and comments down below. You guys know the magic YouTube algorithm dumbness. It's like, subscribe, all the Begatron 9000. But seriously, if you got an opportunity to get some of this stuff, whether it's through Lifeguard or whether it was through Lowe's, let me know down below. What did you pick up? Which type of stone did you get? I really hope you got something amazing, or just something you've been waiting for and got a great deal on it. Or maybe before you were like, I don't know that I could ever do a tank in that kind of stone, but now it's so cheap you can. Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you're not a subscriber, which is like 50% of my audience, but whatever. That's really common in YouTube, right? Consider subscribing. Maybe even hit that notification bell. I mentioned this really insane deal the second I knew about it. on my community tab, so it's a way to make sure that you get those kind of things. There's also been a poll going around for a new video series that's going to be coming out that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. And we have live streams every Tuesday. Make sure you don't miss the videos. We've got all sorts of stuff from planted tank tutorials, plant tips, rainbow fish stuff, Placo stuff, guppy stuff, product reviews, product. I do a lot of product reviews because I'm a professional tester by nature, so that's what I do. I like testing and monkeying around with stuff in my hobby. Yeah, that about sums it up. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay awesome. Hi. One little extra tip here, I did mention, like, all of these come individually wrapped. Make sure that you thoroughly rinse this stuff, because it does come in pretty dusty. If you watch Alex's video that I have at the end here, you'll see, like, he gets covered in dust from some of the stone that he's opening and looking at. But other than that, man, what a deal. What a deal. Just make sure you wash your rocks before you put them in your tank. They're really, really dusty. Get rid of all the plastic. You'll be good to go.